So I'm in Mexico right now, and I thought I'd pop on and get a little video made and kind of give you an update. So yeah, I got a new job recently, and about 2.5 weeks in, I took off on vacation for 2 weeks. So here we are in Mexico right now. I'll give you a little view of what's outside. Hang on. So right there, that mountain is called Cerro de la Silla or Cerro de la Silla, and it is very famous in Mexico. Right now it has the cloud cover up there, but normally you can see what looks kind of like a saddle for a horse, and that's what it's named after. They call this having its sombrero on with the cloud cover up there. And it's been like that most of the days, but I do have some really beautiful photos of the mountain, and I'll insert those here as well. And then right here is the train line, which since we were here last about 1.5 years ago, it was being built, but it's newer. And we're staying in this beautiful part of the town called Barrio Antiguo. So Barrio Antiguo. If you can see this little, let me get in the picture here. There we go. This little house right here, how it's got kind of that yellow and green trim, and that's how all the little houses look like here in the barrio. It's so beautiful. So it's a great little spot to stay in because it's very walkable. There's restaurants, there's shops, there's all kinds of wonderful things. We're only here for 10 of the 14 nights, and then we'll stay 4 more nights at another place across town. It won't be so walkable, but Ubers are very inexpensive, usually $3 or $4 to Uber anywhere, so it's great. I'm gonna get out of the light there a little bit. This is our little Airbnb here. The bedroom is there right behind me. And it's been a great, absolutely great place. We were loving it. But I thought I'd kind of show you what, oops, sorry. I thought I'd show you guys a bit of what we do to prepare food-wise for staying out, especially with my food restrictions and things. I am doing more dairy down here, but you all know I've had more luck with dairy lately. So of course we get a lot of water. We have jugs of water. Topo Chico is from here. It's sourced here in Monterrey, Mexico. So of course we have that. My husband, he doesn't drink it all, but he did find out that they have this Tecate and Heineken 00. My nephew works for Heineken, and so he told him about it. We of course have our supply of berries. I have a cucumber because I can just snack on that easily. I found, I don't even know how to pronounce that correctly. Is it Skyr? Greek yogurt. This is a Greek yogurt we're still working on over here. And then honestly, finding the foods we eat here is a lot harder, I will say. So we got some string cheese, another kind of cheese, and then a ketchup because we had done some ordering in. A little Diet Pepsi, something we don't do a lot of usually at home, but here a little bit more. You can't find things like unsweet tea so much, which is what I get when I go out a lot here, but that's okay. We're doing all right. What I do get a lot when I go out here to eat for drinking is it's called the limonada, and it's that sparkling mineral water with just lime, and they'll make it for me sugar-free, and it's super good. It's tart, but it's really refreshing, and especially it's in the 90s here right now. So super hot, so very refreshing. Of course, you know, big jug of water. We've already gone through 2 of these, and we are on, it's Friday. We got here on Saturday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, so in 6 days, I guess every 3 days we go through one of these jugs, my husband and I, not including all the stuff we drink when we're out and about. And then of course, I thankfully did find a little container of stevia. My husband just got some coffee, and I of course had to get my green tea because I have tea every morning. Up here, my husband has some protein bars, and then I'll tell you what, finding nuts is super hard. So I found these pistachios in these little bags yesterday at a Soriana grocery store. I can't find, peanuts are very popular and I cannot eat peanuts. It's very hard to find nuts. We were actually talking about going to the wealthiest part of town to a grocery store there. Not that this is a poor area, but but we just can't find things that we normally have. And I think if we go to this, it's San Pedro, I think is the name of the area. It's very wealthy there. It's where you can find, it feels different when you're there. My husband and I actually wouldn't want to even stay there because it doesn't feel so much like Mexico when you're in there. And it's fun if you're in Mexico to feel like you're in Mexico. And so, but we were talking about, we might go later this week to that area to just pick up a few more things. Cause like we can't find 85% dark chocolate anywhere around here. We went to an H-E-B when we first got in and we were able to find a couple bars, which were outrageously expensive because of course they're imported. Yeah, so anyway, it's definitely different. We did bring some electrolytes because that's super important with as hot as it is here. And we have a full kitchen and we could cook, but honestly, why would you cook when you're in Mexico? Half the fun is eating out, you guys. And I'll post some pictures of some of the foods that we've been enjoying. If it has eggs on it, you know that's my husband's. And if it doesn't have eggs on it, then it's mine probably. But we've been to multiple restaurants. We found this one place that we love. It's called La Divina. And I'll tell you what, it's been great. We showed up, I'll give you a little story. We showed up a few days ago. We were out walking around and we saw that and we thought, oh yeah, let's go there. And I read the sign and it said it opens at noon, which if you've ever been to Mexico, they kind of run on their own time frame. So it might say they have an open time, but that doesn't mean that they actually have an open time. It just, you know, it's when they do it. And so we walk up and there was a worker out front and we were like, are you guys open? And he said, no, not for another half an hour. And I was like, okay, no problem. So we decided, you know, we'll just walk on and do something else. And then he goes, wait. And so he runs inside, comes back out. I think maybe the owner came out too, and he was like, please come in. So we went in. Of course, we were the only ones there, so we had unbelievable service, which I have to say, the service at all the restaurants is phenomenal, like absolutely phenomenal. I'll give you another story in a second. So we enjoyed, you know, a lunch there, which it was an amazing food, super good. And so had a great experience. We had told them that our anniversary was coming up. And, you know, between my Spanish just being mediocre and they not being able to speak English, I had said it was the 18th, but they somehow thought it was the following Thursday. So anyways, we went in yesterday, which was Thursday, not our anniversary, that's next week. And they thought it was our anniversary. And so anyway, so they said happy anniversary. They said we have something for you. But yesterday when we went was the inauguration of the World Cup. Is that the right word? Inauguration? I think so. It's kind of like, you know, the Olympics. When they start that, there was all this fanfare and stuff. And so anyways, we go in, we get a table, more people are coming and they're handing out noisemakers. It was just a total experience. And so we're having lunch there and we had decided we'll just stay the whole time of the game. We ended up staying in the restaurant for 4 hours, ordering, you know, like limonada, a Diet Coke, you know, we had an appetizer, then an hour later we ordered some tacos. It was just like this progressive meal that kind of rolled out over the time. People are cheering and high-fiving and introducing themselves. It was the greatest experience. I am telling you what, nothing like watching a major game while you're in Mexico of soccer. It was such a blast. I'll put a picture here too of my husband and I. Actually, I'll put it right here. This is us ready and dressed for the game. This is just before we went. My husband, of course, got a jersey. I got a hat. And we had such an incredible experience. And then before we wrap up the afternoon, they bring out a cake for us. And they put a sparkler in it, which again, another photo right here of that. And it was super fun. We had such a great time and people are cheering for us. I mean, it was just unbelievable. Great experience. So that's an example of some of the service. Another one is one night we were out walking. It was a little later. We walked by this restaurant, thought it was open, went in. The waiter told us, I'm sorry, the kitchen is closed. And we were like, okay, no problem. And I asked him, do you know of another restaurant nearby? Can you just point to it and we can go there? And he said, oh yes, I do. He walked us like 2 blocks to another restaurant that was open. couldn't believe it that this guy wouldn't just be like, okay, go out there and go over there, you know. No, he walked us almost to the door, just about. It's crazy. And so we went there last night because we were hoping he'd be working. And of course he did recognize us because they're amazing. And we had a lovely dinner last night, and we ended up watching another game, even though we went yesterday morning or afternoon for the game. Then we came back and watched that game last night at this restaurant, which was Korea and Czechia, I think is how you pronounce it. And so that was really fun too. We just had such a great time. And actually yesterday was a great day to just kind of be low key, sitting in one spot, not too hot. We needed a day like that because we have been on the run basically since we have landed here. Yeah, so anyways, it's been wonderful. Honestly, they've been so accommodating with the food. I haven't had a lot of problem in restaurants at all with eating. It's been very easy. Truthfully, the hardest part is finding what we normally like to eat or some close facsimile when we're at the grocery stores. There is just not a whole lot of similar options, at least in the area that we're at. But like I said, if I go to the other grocery store, I'll probably make another video and I'll show y'all what I find. Just because it's very interesting. It's just very different. Of course, it's another country. So anyways, all right, guys. Well, part 1 of our adventure in Mexico. I'm sure I'll come back for a part 2. Bye. Okay, guys, stay tuned for photos. I will share quite a few, not all, but a bunch of the photos I took. So this was typical in our Airbnb breakfast: green tea, yogurt, some berries, fresh fruit. It was amazing. All right, unusual things I see in Mexico I took pictures of. This was fantastic. Many people coming down the street selling things. It was really great. I loved it. All right, breakfast out. Chilaquiles, one of my favorites. Oh, it was super delicious. You could order it without the dairy if you needed to, but you should try this. This is Parque Fundidora. We went with our family. Very famous, large, beautiful park. Saw these sweet little mama and daddy ducks sitting on their eggs. I had to get a picture of this. We went on a boat ride and there they were. Now, this is the same park at night. This is the Santa Lucia River, and this restaurant lines it. It's stunning. We ate here one night and it was pretty fantastic. Now, again, back to what I love to see is the architecture, the style. I thought this building was just incredibly beautiful. More food pics, and yes, it is chilaquiles again, this time green version. It's my favorite. And then my husband, he had steak and eggs. He said it was fantastic. Look at those beautiful eggs. How pretty is this window? Monterey right there in it. Beautiful pink flower is my favorite color. Of course, I needed a picture. This home was also nearby where we were staying, and I just thought it was incredible. It looks like a postcard. Now, here we are in the Macro Plaza. This flag, huge, beautiful, right here in front of the Palacio, the governor's palace. We got to tour this. I'm not going to share all the photos or you'll be here all day. This was a church very close by. Stunning architecture. Had to have a photo. Now, here's my hat up close. Mexico. Of course, I needed some sort of merch for the game. Here we are at La Divina restaurant. It was phenomenal food. They took such good care of us. Now, here's some tacos that we were eating in this same restaurant. Super delicious. Could not have been happier. We had quite a few things to try. I told you they gave out noisemakers, and here's a duck that they gave to my husband to squeeze and make noise with during the game. Super fun, super interactive, great time. Of course, chilaquiles again. This time they're red, and they were fantastic. And chicken is a very common side with it, which of course you guys know is great for my egg allergy. This is our tour guide at Horno. It's the tour of this facility that my family's father worked at. This was the snack bar attendant who hung out with me while my husband went way up high to see the view. I'm too afraid, but he wanted to practice his English, so we did that, and it was super fun. Great guy. Now, another cool feature, just a Lego repair job on the side of a building. Of course, I needed a shot of it. Pretty fun and cool, I think. Glorias, these are candies that are made with goat's milk, and they are super delicious. I love them. Now, we also went out to this lake out there and got a boat ride. Super beautiful day on the lake. We then had lunch, and this man was serenading everybody while we were in there eating. I thought this photo came out so good. He's looking directly toward me and smiling. Now, I did go to some local offices where I had to do some work there, and I just love this little axolotl here, and so I grabbed a picture. More food, and guess what it is? Yeah, chilaquiles again, because I'm in Mexico. I have to eat them when I can get them, and they're so good. This was actually a light version at a place called La Chunga. Another beautiful virgin piece of art installation. These are everywhere throughout the city. Now this was a tostada, huge, like I could not eat all of this, filled with chicken and guacamole and 2 tortillas, super delicious, very simple, but great food. This was a stunning view that I got to see while I was out with my Spanish teacher and his mom, actually. It was a super fun afternoon. They took me to great places. This I did not sample. It is high protein. Do you know what this is? I would prefer not to have it, so I didn't. But my teacher and his mom totally enjoyed it. Yo quiero, I think that's right. Yo quiero Monterrey. Yes, I love Monterrey. Absolutely. Great place to be. Yeah, very happy. This is on the campus of my nephew's school. And there you see the Virgin out there. This was UDEM. Many great photos from here. This was dinner on our last night together. This is just a picture of the vegetables, which I wanted to prove I ate something healthy. So I put that there. And this was the name of the restaurant, Botanero Moritas, and it was super good. It's family style. You share the plates. We loved it. I don't know how this ended up here, but whatever, we're going with it. My husband and I on the campus of the school grounds. So beautiful. Such a pretty place to walk and visit. We really enjoyed ourselves there. And then on our last day, we did go visit Huasteca, which is the mountain range. And here we are out at the mountain range. We had driven all the way through to the end. It was so stunning. Beautiful views, absolutely incredible. And so for that wraps up my video on our Mexico trip. Thank you for joining me. I'm home, I'm happy, and I'm incredibly blessed. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.